A po' boy here like we want it. They say it's a po' boy, but it's not.
Ira Weatherspoon, a 38-year-old bank employee, fled uptown New Orleans with its streetcars, ancient oaks, and gumbo houses for the featureless Houston suburb of Cypress. And her life has improved in nearly every way. In the last 3 years, she's married. She's bought a spacious 4-bedroom home for a fraction of what she would have paid in New Orleans. Po' boys aside, she says she's close to good hospitals and good schools for her 3 children. Will she ever move home to New Orleans?
Maybe in a few years, maybe after they've done some more revamping, and also the levees. They're not fixed to where you can have another cleaner. That's horrifying. So until that is fixed, I don't think I'll go back no time soon.
There's no place like home unless you find a better place to call home. John Burnett, NPR News.
Later this week on Morning Edition, we'll meet an amateur filmmaker whose video captured New Orleans' destruction and who has returned to the scene. You're listening to NPR News.
Support for NPR comes from Northwestern Mutual, the quiet company, committed to building lifelong relationships in communities and protecting financial futures. From the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation, making grants to solve social and environmental problems at home and around the world, on the web at hewlett.org. And from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, committed to helping Americans lead healthier lives and get the care they need, on the web at rwjf.org. This is NPR, National Public Radio.
And this is WOSU, NPR News and Classical Music. It's almost 8:30, 66 degrees right now in Columbus. Showers today, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 77 degrees.
Support for WOSU comes from Medical Mutual, an Ohio-based company since 1934, helping to meet members' needs with a focus on customer service. Medical Mutual, Ohio's Get Well card. Information at medmutual.com.
Good morning, I'm Renee Montaigne. Taking a cue from Cupid, 2 gold medal winners in archery are getting married. Perhaps inspired by the Olympic rings, the South Korean couple announced their nuptials just as the games ended. Their romance was sparked during training for the Olympics, and the groom-to-be made it clear that the couple is still in love with their sport, asking reporters, please give as much attention to archery as you give to us. It's Morning Edition.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Jean Cochran. The headliners at the Democratic National Convention tonight are running mate Joe Biden and former President Bill Clinton. And Hillary Clinton has a meeting tonight with delegates who still want to cast ballots for her. Last night in a primetime speech, she made clear it's time to unify the party and support Barack Obama. NPR's Avi Cornish has more.
Clinton fired back against Senator John McCain, who has recently used her primary season criticisms of Obama against the presumptive nominee in attack ads. She also worked to steer her staunchest backers away from considering the Republican this fall.
I want you to think about your children and grandchildren come Election Day. Think about the choices your parents and grandparents made that had such a big impact on your lives and on the life of our nation.
Meanwhile, Democratic Party campaign workers flooded the Pepsi Center audience with double-sided signs that read Hillary on one side and Unity on the other. Audie Cornish, NPR News, Denver.
A possible running mate for John McCain, Mitt Romney, has joined the Republican shadow operation at the Democratic Convention. And at a news conference, Romney charged Barack Obama's policies would weaken the economy and national security. He is facing a federal trial on corruption charges, but Alaska Senator Ted Stevens handily beat 6 challengers in yesterday's Republican primary. Stevens replaced Anchorage Mayor Mark Bedich in November. A hurricane warning has been issued for parts of Cuba this morning as tropical storm Gustav heads that way. By tomorrow, it's expected to be a hurricane again. weekend, Gustav could be in the Gulf of Mexico. Right now, its winds are 60 miles an hour. The Federal Aviation Administration is not sure yet just how many flights were affected by yesterday's big communications breakdown. However, hundreds were delayed up and down the Northeast by what appears to have been a software glitch at a Georgia facility that handles flight plans for the eastern half of the country. NPR's Kathy Lord reports. FAA officials say when the communications system went down in Georgia, the backup system in Salt Lake City took over. But because so many flight plans were being refiled, the system in Salt Lake City was overwhelmed, and the error created a backlog. Officials say it's likely a software problem, but they don't know exactly what caused the malfunction. The Georgia facility is not expected to be back online today, but the FAA says the Salt Lake City office can handle the flight plans. The glitch caused hundreds of flight delays across the East Coast and in the Midwest. The areas that were most affected include Atlanta, Charlotte, Baltimore, Boston, Chicago. Kathy Lord, NPR News, Atlanta. Orders for durable goods rose bigger than expected, 1.3% in July. Aircraft orders led the gains. This is NPR News.
Support for NPR comes from the Doris Duke Charitable Foundation, celebrating 10 years of support for the performing arts, environmental conservation, medical research, and the prevention of child abuse.
Good morning, it's 8:33. I'm Mandy Trimble, WOSU News. It's 66 degrees. Democratic governors lined up in Denver Tuesday to criticize Republican John McCain and offered a chorus of praise for their party's nominee, Barack Obama. Underscoring the governor's rhetoric was an appeal to populations where Obama has run weak in polls, particularly among rural and middle-class voters. Ohio Governor Ted Strickland focused on economic issues. He criticized McCain for saying Americans are better off because of President Bush's policies. Ohio's elections chief during the 2004 presidential election has been named to the platform committee at the upcoming GOP convention. Ken Blackwell was the Republican gubernatorial nominee in 2006, losing to Democrat Ted Strickland. Blackwell says he'll serve as one of 5 honorary vice chairs to the platform panel, which will develop the Republican Party's statement of principles. Blackwell says he'll bring the spirit of conservative grassroots activism to next week's Republican convention in St. Paul, Minnesota. An Ohio-based group has crunched some new census numbers on poverty. WOSU's Sam Hendrick reports.
1,464,000 Ohioans are poor, according to the new census figures. Ohioans were more likely to be poor or lack health care coverage last year than when the last recession bottomed out in 2001. That from Erica Toms of the Center for Community Solutions in Cleveland. Tom says poverty inched down 0.2% in 2007 from 2006. But she says,
what is alarming is that poverty in Ohio is over 2% higher, almost 2.7% higher than it was in 2001.
The median income for working-age households is also slipping, according to Tom's.
2007, the median income in Ohio was $46,597. In 2001, adjusted for inflation, it was $47,861. So we're down about $1,200.
Nationally, for 2006, poverty was down and income was up, but the number of uninsured was higher, and the improvements in income and poverty did not match the levels reached before President Bush took office. Sam Hendrick, WOSU News.
Arson charges are pending against a woman who received first and second-degree burns in a house fire early Tuesday in southwest Columbus. Fire Battalion Chief Doug Smith says when firefighters arrived at 800 Kingsford Road, the woman was outside saying she's still inside. Firefighters began searching and discovered that she was a dog. Smith tells WOSU's Christina Morgan that if conditions are right, firefighters use such situations to practice.
Situations like this, we will go ahead and do our regular search pattern because we know that animals react an awful lot